This time, our shocking revelations about designer eyewear proved to be too much for some.
Don't be upset.
Pricey North Face or budget Aldi? Does paying more for a running jacket keep you drier? Does super dry keep you super dry? Sunglasses. They're not just a practical item to stop us squinting in the sun. Our choice of fashionable face furniture is a statement about who we think we are. From fashionable Top Gun aviator cool
To Oakley Extreme Sportster, nothing shouts statement more than a pair of designer sunnies.
But are we really seeing clearly when we shell out hundreds of pounds for a pair?
Cutting-edge fashion, classic continental chic, hideous hangover. Whatever the look we want to portray to the world, there's a pair of designer sunglasses for the job.
But premium products command a premium price. These glasses cost between £98 for the Ray-Bans and $220 for the Tiffany's. Which one would you probably go for?
I'll go for Prada.
You go for Prada. What is better about Prada compared to the others?
Just the brand is much more better. And it's all about the red.
What do those brands say to you in
Oakley
terms
is
of...
obviously a sports brand, so
Right.
this is something I would pick for my boyfriend.
Well, only a Ray-Ban for me.
You only wear Ray-Ban?
Yeah.
Nothing else? Nothing. Won't touch another designer sunglass?
No, not really.
We're fiercely loyal to designer brands, and how they're sold to us is all about their individual distinct styles. So it's not just sunlight our shades reflect, it's also the image we want to present to the world.
But all is not what it seems in the world of designer eyewear.
The company that owns, designs and makes 80% of the world's branded sunglasses, from Versace to Ray-Ban, Oakley to Dolce & Gabbana, is Italian company Luxottica.
Michael Kors, Paul Smith, Versace, Ralph Lauren, made by Luxottica.
Armani, Miu Miu, Prada, Tiffany, Polo Ralph Lauren, DKNY, Chanel, Coach, Dolce & Gabbana. The list goes on, all designed and made by Luxottica.
Ray-Ban, Oakley, Vogue Eyewear, all designed, made and owned by Luxottica, a huge Italian corporation you've probably never heard of.
But Luxottica aren't just designing and making sunglasses, they're selling them too.
They own Sunglass Hut, the world's biggest shades retailer. So when you step into a Sunglass Hut, almost everything you see, they make, whatever the brand, throughout the shop. So Luxottica control the whole process from design studio to shop floor. This is the stuff of dreams for big businesses. Cue Andrew Roberts from business experts Bloomberg to explain why.
Do they dominate the market in terms of sunglasses?
In terms of the premium end of the market, yeah, they're controlling the choice that you have to a certain degree. And in the case of Sunglass Hut, if you're looking actually what they're selling in their stores, most of the eyewear in there is their eyewear. You still have choice, but you're still buying from one company. They can set their pricing as they see fit.
What is the actual markup on those frames? What's the profit that Luxottica are making? Can you say?
Some of them, when we're looking at a sort of a basic sort of plastic frame, you know, it really doesn't cost them anything more than £10. It's less than £10 really to make it. But if you're looking at something that has got more expensive ingredients, maybe it's made of titanium, maybe you've got some crystal on it, then we can be looking at a cost that is sort of north of £50.
And those same glasses retail at between £80 and £350. And with 83 million pairs sold in 2014 and turnover of £5.5 billion, Luxottica's profits were over £465 million worldwide.
Buying some brands like Ray-Ban and Oakley wholesale and signing lucrative licensing deals with a range of others would allow Luxottica to put the names of famous designers on glasses they make and frequently also design.
I think the thing about Luxottica is that they're the ones that have really developed this business and made eyewear a fashionable item. This is a business where they can make a lot of money.
They're all made by the same manufacturer. They make them all. How does that make you feel about the Prada glasses now?
When you go to the Prada shop, you expect something different. When you go to the, because you pay more.
Does that surprise you?
Yeah,
it does. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, doesn't make them as original,
Yeah.
authentic, I guess.
Yeah.
Why I would pay extra for Miu Miu is simply because of the heritage, the brand, the packaging.
Because there are so many different brands and they're all created in the same place.
What does that make you think of the brands?
That maybe they're useless.
This is a bit upsetting.
Are you upset?
No.
Don't be upset.
We're no strangers to the rain, but happily for us, the outdoor clothing market is awash with cutting-edge, technically advanced rainwear that comes dripping in claims that it'll keep us dry through everything from a drizzle to a downpour, and costing anywhere up to £600, leaving us with little or no excuse for moaning about the weather.
But no moaning. Well, that just wouldn't be cricket. Us Brits do love a bargain, so we're going to find out whether paying a pittance for your rainwear puts pounds in your pocket or is just a pain in the...
Pack a Mac, because you don't have to splash out £600 on a waterproof jacket. You can get one for as little as £20. So why the massive price difference? Does the extra dosh for a big brand jacket guarantee that we'll be kept drier? Or is it all just money down the drain? And what about all the fancy jargon manufacturers fling at us? What do all those terms mean?
Water repellent. That means the jacket fights back against the water, right? Like... So, does super dry keep you super dry? Well, with a name like that, should do, shouldn't it? Does showerproof really mean the jacket can withstand a full-on power shower?
You would think there would be a minimum standard attached to these terms, wouldn't you? The truth is, there isn't. Not for water-resistant, showerproof, waterproof, or even super dry. So they could mean anything, or nothing at all.
We're going to help you work out what you need to spend to stay dry by testing 3 big brand running jackets that all claim to be waterproof. Will Aldi's own range Crane waterproof running jacket costing just $19.99 do the job? Or Mountain Warehouse's Adrenaline men's ISO Viz jacket costing a more middle-of-the-road $69.99? Or do you need to splash out on the North Face's Storm Stow men's jacket at the premium price of £155? Do extra pounds equal extra dry?
Andy loves the chance to don a white coat, so she's off to the lab to meet clothing scientist Mark Taylor to find out.
So, Mark, when it comes to waterproof jackets, what do we actually need to keep us dry?
Well, experience through research here at Leeds University has shown that a hydrostatic head of 7 metres is adequate.
Wait. What's a hydrostatic head?
It's the height of a column of water that the fabric will support before it leaks.
Mark's going to cut out sections of each jacket and use a machine to measure how much water pressure they can take to find out which is the most waterproof and the best value for money.
Let's get started. This is the Aldi that's $19.99. That's the Mountain Warehouse at $69.99. Finally, the North Face at £155.
Let's crank it up. Oh, and the North Face has gone first at 7 metres. I wouldn't have expected that. Yep, there goes the Aldi at 10 metres. Our machine only measures up to 10 metres, and the Mountain Warehouse is not giving in. Look at that, it's beaten the machine. So the Mountain Warehouse did best in our test, but the Aldi at only $19.99 beat the £155 North Face. Now, if you actually plan on running in your running jacket, we know you might want it to be lighter, more breathable, or for it to have some stylish go-faster stripes. But if, like a lot of people, you only ever intend wearing it for a gentle stroll to the shops, then take note. The less waterproof North Face jacket costs nearly 8 times as much as the Aldi one, and they'll both keep you dry.
Now, helpfully, a few waterproofs do have a hydrostatic head rating on the label. But for all the rest that don't, Mark has a cunning trick you could try.
You can suck air through the fabric. It could be, but it's unlikely to be waterproof.
Have you ever done this in a shop?
I do it all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Until you get kicked out.
Well, they never kick you out.
All right, they know you. You're a regular. Here comes the jacket sucker. Honestly, who would do that?
Well, you'd be a fool to buy a waterproof without having a good suck on it, surely.
Hi, madam. Would you like any help with that?
No, I'm all right. Thanks ever so much. It's good fit, really good fit.
The North Face told us the Storm Stow jacket has been designed and engineered to be as ultralight, breathable and packable as possible, while still offering all necessary weather protection. We believe it to represent the best you can buy if you want a versatile, lightweight, 140-gram, waterproof jacket, which packs into the size of a tennis ball.